Okay, so today we are going to be talking about Google search and AI. Not the AI is taking over the world, people are going to use AI instead of using search, but rather we're going to talk about how AI is impacting the SERP, so the search engine results page, what you see when you go in and Google something, what is the impact AI is having and how Google's reacting to it. First and foremost, it's important to preface this with it's incredibly important to do keyword research to understand what terms one should even be looking at for a given client. I'm using a particular example here, a client of ours that's involved in the crane manufacturing sector. It's just something that we came across this week and I thought it'd be interesting to have a look at. As always, the SERP is extremely nuanced, and AI and Google's AI overview has only added to this. It makes keyword research, and particularly the understanding of the intent behind certain keyword research, really, really important. So as a practical example, we've looked at a very thin subsection of their focus, which is mining cranes, mining crane manufacturers, and the millions of other variations that you might find. And what you can see, just looking at three very simple queries, very closely related, is just how nuanced this AI overview is. So as an example, we can see on screen here, we've had a look at mining crane manufacturer. You can see we've got the AI overview now right at the top, even bumping paid search ads down, which is interesting. And what it's doing, and it's important to understand that what Google is doing here reinforces why it's so important to have an SEO strategy behind your website, is it's fundamentally still crawling websites to obtain the information. May not sound like much of a news flash, but that website structure, your IA, and making sure that the content is relatable to what people are searching for, is just as applicable to AI overviews as it is to traditional rankings. And what you can see here is right at the top, the AI overview has referenced some of the crane manufacturers. RGM Cranes is a client of ours. And you can see, if we're going to have a look at more, it's basically scraping information off of this website and a few others and prioritizing it in this AI overview. We then have sponsored ads, so paid search, Google ads, whatever you want to refer to it as, still taking up a priority there. And then the traditional SEO website rankings below. Naturally, we're quite proud of the results that we can see here. Now, this is for mining crane manufacturer. If we look at mining cranes, we can see there is a somewhat different, more overarching overview here. I'm not going to get into all the details here. It's referenced two other different sources, Wikipedia and HiAb. We go back down, we can see it's pulled in a video in this instance. Again, interesting if we look at what forms of content are being pulled in. We can see the sponsored ads, and we can then see, once again, featured snippets. And this is now 3 or 4 scrolls down, we're only seeing the traditional web listings. If we look at mining crane, so literally just removing the plural, no AI overview, just images right up at the top, featured snippets, and then again, the traditional web listings, old school SEO rankings, and videos, and so on and so forth. Now, the real takeout here for me is that your pages and your information architecture, or IA, it just paints how important it is that fully and totally encapsulates the search intent and the different ways that people search for things around those different themes. Mining cranes, as we can consistently see, are the same pages being referenced, again, across all of them. So those pages which have been specifically researched in terms of the intent, in terms of how people are searching for it, what Google is looking for in order to make sure that we perform within Google, but also what that consumer might be looking for, or the customer or the prospect in that instance. And all these things come together to make sure that we are visible across the different areas of the SERP, whether it's the AI overviews, whether it's the featured snippets, traditional web listings. Google Ads obviously falls outside of it, but you've got to factor that in too. So traditional, well thought out and structured content and information architecture still reign supreme. If anything, the changes Google has made has only made that more important, and will continue to reward the websites and companies that structure their content in line with that. Hope you found this helpful. If you've come across any similar results or have any questions around this, please jump in the comments or drop me a DM. We'd love to chat further. Ciao.